BMW B58 engines are generally considered reliable and well-designed power units. However, like any engine, they still have their weak points. One of the most serious and unpleasant issues on early B58 engines is related to the oil pump. On earlier versions of the B58, the oil pump uses a plastic internal bushing. Over time, this plastic component wears out and begins to break down. As a result, the oil pump can no longer maintain proper oil pressure. And when oil pressure drops, the consequences can be severe: accelerated wear, internal engine damage, and in the worst cases, complete engine failure. One of the most common questions owners ask is this: how can you tell that a problem already exists without tearing the engine apart? There is one important sign that many people completely overlook. One of the key indicators of oil pump problems on the BMW B58 is the inability to measure the oil level using the vehicle's onboard computer. You enter the vehicle menu and start the oil level measurement, but the process does not begin at all. Or it starts, reaches a certain percentage, and then resets. Or the system simply fails to provide a result. This does not happen randomly. In order to measure the oil level correctly, the system requires stable and sufficient oil pressure. When the oil pump is no longer doing its job, the onboard computer cannot complete the measurement process. It is very important to understand this. This is not a software glitch. It is not a BMW quirk. And it is definitely not something you should ignore and forget about. If you see this symptom, it is a warning sign that the oil pump may already be failing, and delaying action can be extremely risky. In this situation, the correct step is to visit a qualified workshop as soon as possible. The oil pan should be removed, and the condition of the oil pump must be inspected. The earlier this issue is addressed, the higher the chance of avoiding serious engine damage. At the moment, we have a BMW with a B58 engine in our workshop that arrived with exactly this symptom. In this vehicle, the oil pump is being replaced, and we are documenting what can happen when this issue is ignored. The BMW B58 is a strong and reliable engine, but even reliable engines require attention. The key is to notice the warning signs early and prevent a small problem from turning into a full engine rebuild.